You want to say hi? You say hi. Say hi. Yeah, hi. This week I'm doing something I've been putting off for a pretty long time. I have 3 pairs of the exact same style of PJ pants that honestly I've been buying them for years. Like every time they wear through, I go to Target, I get another pair of the exact same PJs because we are somewhere on the undiagnosed spectrum, but we know we're on that spectrum just due to family history and the fact that my kids are currently going through the process of getting diagnosed. So chances are, Mum, she's known for a couple of years now that she's on that spectrum. I'm just too lazy to go get a freaking diagnosis, okay? But as a result, I have one pair, or one style I should say, of PJ pants that I love wearing. I have tried wearing others, but you know what? I am a sucker for a jogger style because I cannot stand a non-elasticated cuffed pant leg because they tangle around my legs when I sleep and that's just not fun. It's a sensory nightmare. I hate it. So when I found this style of pants that I absolutely love wearing, I just continue to buy them. But the problem is they're Target. They're not the greatest quality out there. So they keep wearing through really quickly. And I did have a moment of sort of, I kind of can't ignore that the universe is telling me to just make them my damn self when Spotlight has a sale and there's a beautiful waffle knit fabric that is on sale for $6 a meter. Like that's, you can't ignore that. So the worst of my 3 pairs has been carefully deconstructed. There was a lot of seam ripping. And I plan to iron them, trace them onto some paper so I can keep it as an actual pattern to continue making pairs of these pants. We're just gonna give it a go. So that's what we're doing this week. We will see how that goes and whether I wanna bang my head against a wall. But said waffle knit fabric is this gorgeous pink one here. So it's soft, it's cozy, it should make a delightful pair of pants, and honestly I bought enough of it that I may even be able to get a matching sweat top out of this as well. Maybe a matching outfit for the baby, who knows? I can't remember how much I bought, but I know it's over $4. So I'm gonna make a cup of coffee. I'm going to clean up my space because it is in desperate need in all angles. I'm not even gonna show you the dresser or the other corner. Just trust me, it's bad. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna do coffee, tidy, trace the pattern, get sewing. It's pretty much all of it. It's pretty much that simple. So let's go. It might be helpful if I actually show the pants that I'm talking about. So it is essentially these ones that I'm wearing, but the grey version. RIP to them. Their sacrifice is greatly appreciated. I used the remains of my dearly departed grey pants and laid them out as flat as I could to trace around before I grabbed my French curve ruler, used that to straighten out any lines or curved lines that needed to be fixed up because let's face it, trying to trace around a flimsy piece of fabric is not actually the easiest to get a perfect line on. So I used that to clean it up. I used it to round out my crotch curve so that that actually resembled more like what the original garment piece did. And then essentially I cut them out. Once I'd finished cutting them out though, I did end up changing up how the pocket was. Originally these had inseam pockets, but I don't like how they flap about and also turn outside the way that they're not supposed to in the wash. So I cut a chunk out of the front leg on the outside seam to create a curve. I used that to make a pocket facing, which essentially looks like the pocket bag piece, but with the exact same curved section cut out of the top to mirror the pants. And then a pocket bag, which had the bit that I cut out and the rest of the pocket bag shape traced around. And essentially you sew all of that to the front piece of the pants before you actually start constructing the rest of the pants. And it means that they're going to stay very, very, very still in the pant leg instead of flapping about in the wind and the wash. We have pants and we have shorts. And I probably should have made the pants and actually figured out if this was going to work before I cut out shorts, but honestly, I just want to get them both done. Because it's summer, I typically wear pajama pants up until I go to bed and then I just strip down to my undies and a t-shirt because it's too hot. But I am also a very big girl with very big thighs and I find that Even without pants on, I'm still sweating enough through the night that my thighs just are uncomfortable and like get stuck together because apparently they be like that. So I thought maybe a pair of shorts would be handy to wear to bed tonight because I don't want to deal with that. And I'm dealing with enough at the moment. So I want shorts for tonight. So anyway, let's hope they work. Like I already know that technically the size is probably too small for me because let's just say I gained a lot of weight with my last pregnancy and I've lost barely any of it. And she's 8 months old. So, I mean, the pants still kind of fit. They're just stretched a bit tighter than they should be. But at the same time, I also know as much as I cannot be bothered with it, I know I actually really need to lose about 15 to 20 kilos only because I have post-birth complications of a prolapse, and the heavier I am, the worse that is. So I don't care about being skinny. I just need my back to stop hurting when I get out of bed in the morning and the prolapse to not feel so crappy. So I don't really care. I know they're a little bit small for me in size, but they should still fit in the meantime, and the fit will get better as I somehow muster up the motivation to actually eat a lot healthier and do some more exercise, because let me tell you, I am exhausted all of the time. 2 under 2 is not for the weak. But anyway, let's get them sewn.
My little helper decided to sit still for more than 2 seconds to help me pin the facing of the pocket to the pant legs, which was so helpful. He's very cute. And I constructed these by sewing the facing to the leg along that curved cutout section, and then I pressed it and top stitched it down. Then I sewed the pocket bag to the pocket facing along the long curved edge, leaving the side that would attach to the pant side free. Once that was done, I overlocked it to finish that edge. I know knit fabric is a little bit of overkill to overlock it because it doesn't fray, but I do like a neat finish. Once those steps were done, I sewed the side to the pant leg and then the top section in place as well, just to make my life easier moving forward. It means I can now treat them as a single piece.
The camera audio is going to have to do because the cord for my mic is all the way over there and I cannot be bothered getting up to plug that in. So sorry, not sorry. But I have finished all of my pockets. So my pants and my shorts all have some beautiful front pockets, which I love so much more than inseam pockets on this style of PJ pants. Inseam pockets in the wash end up inside out by the end of it, and I hate having to shove them back in when I'm folding them. So I changed the pocket for that reason. But they're all constructed now. So once I go and cook dinner, we're having tuna pasta bake, and thankfully it's a nice quick one. So I'm gonna get that done and then come back and we're gonna construct my pants and my shorts, and hopefully they'll all be done by the time I go to bed tonight so that I can wear my shorts. That is the goal. Anyway, I'll be back soon.
Okay, so now we're on to the actual construction of these pants, and it's nothing particularly groundbreaking. Essentially, sew the crotch pieces together, so your 2 back crotches get sewn together, your 2 front crotches get sewn together, and then you attach them at the side seams. Pretty basic stuff. I overlocked each step as I went, and then I did the inseam once again, overlocking it to finish it. And that is essentially where I got to.
So I actually finished that off camera because it was essentially just sewing the same seam over and over and over again, and you guys did not need to see that. So we now have most of a pair of pants. We also have most of a pair of shorts. And now that we have those 2 things, I can do the waistband. And then I'm thinking what I'm going to do is just finish the bottom of the shorts so that I can wear them tonight, and then the pants will get finished tomorrow because I really cannot be bothered anymore. I want to go sit on my couch. It's already after 9. So I'm going to quickly do the waistbands and get them attached. However, I'm probably only going to elastic the shorts because again, I just want to be able to wear them tonight. I really should put the buttonholes in them too, because while I'm not planning to make drawstrings for them just yet, if, as I said earlier, I manage to shift some weight, for health reasons, obviously, because you do not need to be skinny to look good. If I manage to shift some weight, I'm gonna need a drawstring. So I think I really do need to do the buttonholes. So what I might do is quickly throw some interfacing on these, sew the buttonholes, and then get them attached. And that way, at least down the track, when I add the drawstring, I don't have to unpick anything in order to do that.
After interfacing a small square where the buttonholes were going, I sewed them where I thought they should go based off only vibes. I do not recommend this. It is very much a do as I say, not as I do situation. After the buttonholes were done, I could sew the short side of the waistband together to form a loop, and then fold it in half, wrong sides together, and we sew it onto the waist of the shorts. At this point, Mr. Man was getting a bit rowdy for his dad, and since he is obsessed with the flash setting on my light, we had a little elastic insertion disco party.
3 days later.
So the pants are done. Did not take long. It was like, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes of work and the pants were completed. So that was done off camera. I have extra time and extra fabric. So we're gonna make a matching sweatshirt. I just went to the Mood Fabric website, downloaded a free pattern for a raglan style sweatshirt. That is what I have here. So I'm gonna chuck Critical Role on the TV and watch that while I spend the next God knows how long taping this thing together, which is my least favorite part of sewing.
Watching this back, I thought Pogi was being just an adorable little goof in the corner, and then I realised that he has his head on Teddy's doll that I found in the crate when I finished this. Sneaky little bugger.
I'm not gonna make you sit through this, so how about we... It's done. And it only took me an hour and 15 minutes. But my back really, really hurts now, so that's it for tonight. I'm gonna keep watching Critical Role and eat some snacks because I really want snacks. So that's the plan for tonight. I'm gonna pick this up again tomorrow. Oh, you big baby. Don't wreck the pattern. Don't wreck the pattern. No. Why would you do that? And now he's eating his blanket inside his crate.
The next day.
I really just want to get this done, and I don't think any of you want to see me sew the exact same like long seams all over again just to make a sweatshirt. So considering I'm using the same fabric and it's probably going to be pretty boring on film, how about we just... And it's done. Magic. Okay, really, it took me like 4 hours, but I did also take a coffee break in there, so probably like 3 hours of sewing. And like, oh my god, why are the cuffs so big? Like, I cut them out exactly how the pattern told me to, and they're huge. But I'm not fixing it. It's just for pajamas and around the house. I don't really care. The only ribbing I had is brown. I think it looks kind of cute. Like, it's got like a little bit of a Neapolitan ice cream kind of feel to it. So anyway, I am going to go and get ready so I can try all of my creations on for you guys. And I'll meet you guys back here in 2 seconds. Wrap on this week's project. So, final thoughts. Cloning my PJ pants was easier than I thought it was going to be. The only thing I will say is I probably should have given myself an extra 1/3 of an inch for seam allowance, because I really only had the very small 1/4 inch that the original pattern had, because obviously once it had been stitched together it was all overlocked, so there was not a lot of seam allowance. And I literally just traced around that. So I think next time I will just add a smidge around all of the edges just to give myself that little bit of extra room to work with. Outside of that though, I don't really have many notes. Like, the pants are really comfy. I have put the shorts back on because they are ridiculously comfy and I am so in love with them right now. You know what, we're just gonna have to muddle through it. I can't control the kids making noise in the background. That is life of a parent. So the shorts and the pants don't have many notes on. They turned out pretty good. They're pretty comfy. Loving them. I think I might actually order some better quality fabric to make more, because as I said, it's my favorite style of PJ pants. I live in them. So get some better quality fabric, make some more. Great success. The top. Now this was the Hickory ensemble from Mood Patterns. And all I did was just print out the top pieces. Little confused, because I know I made a size 20-22 because based on my measurements. That's what I should. But why are the cuffs so big? Like, this is the cuff. What? And by the time I realized, I was like, I'm not unpicking that and doing it again. I'm not making it smaller. It just has insanely large cuffs. So the cuffs are useless, which is fine. They're just for PJs. I'm not that annoyed about it. And all I had was ribbing that my mum gave me that she purchased in the 90s. So that's why we have this very mismatched Neapolitan-esque color combination going on, because it was literally the only ribbing I had. Pretty happy with how everything turned out. Like, I'm very comfy right now, so I'm gonna go snuggle up and start editing this, and I will see you guys in 2 weeks with another video. P.S. if you guys enjoyed this, if you could like, subscribe, comment, all those good things, because I am an itty bitty baby YouTuber and I need all the help I can get. So thank you, love you, bye.